Alrighty, well, Waguado Focarinos, and welcome back to another live commentary. Today we're doing the eDTM Season 1 Round 3, and we find ourselves at Lago... I don't know how to pronounce it, but anyway, we're here. And we've got the keyboard out, the keyboard's working, so I think we're in good hands. I'm just going to quickly send these to my relevant social medias, such as Daiko's, Discord and TMK's, and we will be back, and I believe we have qualifying in 5 minutes. Hello Ian, hope you're well my friend. I wish you the very best today. See you at the top of that leaderboard right now. Aston not bad on fuel, so I will have a hard race. Aston is bad on fuel. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? Transcended dimensions and playing another game at the same time. Okay, must have just been through the pit wall. Interesting. So Ian in the Austin Martin, very nearly half a second quicker than the rest of the boys, but not very good on fuel, according to Ian. So we will see how that progresses for Season 1. Round 3 of the eDTM series, hosted by Daiko Bub and commentated by the legendary TMK444. So we're going to be kicking off qualifying in a few mementos, 2 minutes to be exact, and yeah, most certainly looking forward to this one. Keyboard working. Just a case of pressing the numbers. Look, player 1, Ian back at 1, 2 is Mr. GRT. I do need to start learning everybody's names, but with all the series I do, it's probably around about 300. P3, Moomin. Who's P4? Dine. It's cool. Let's see if we set a marker. 8 seconds back. No, gotta be in a race. Okay. Hello, Neil. Thank you very much. You're racing. as well, aren't you, for the other series? If you are, of course, I wish you the very best. Genuinely. And am I commentating for your race? We're about to find out. So, should be under 60 seconds left to go until qualifying kicks off. And of course, we've got a new member today who spent 2 hours designing his Porsche. We have Daniel Deej, who I only saw a couple of hours ago, 3 hours ago now, and what a pleasure it is to see the digital version of the real man himself behind his CSL Elite rig in the UK, Grimsby. Big up Grimsby, brother. Come on. He's joining us for the first time for the eDTM series for round 3, and it's a pleasure to have him on board with us because not been able to find much time to be able to get him on track, but here he is today. But nevertheless, we've got 10 drivers with us, and Daiko now starting the qualifier, so it looks like we're going to be a green with the qualifying session underway, and we will see exactly who is going to take the first and second grid spots. So, of course, drivers making their way out on track. So Kaz and Ice Tiger side by side into the first corner. It looks like Kaz has the inside line. Yep, he's definitely got a few car lengths clear now for the opening lap of their qualifying session. And just excuse me with the commentary for a few moments because I'm also getting used to the buttons on the keyboard. I absolutely detest seeing names. It makes it look very unrealistic. So we can change the numbers, but we cannot change the cameras as of yet. Maybe that will change in with the race. But it appears as though the two Mercedes now completing their outlaps. We've got the number 67 Mercedes. Lost a few tenths through that corner, so he's not going to be putting a lap time down this time with just over 70 minutes of qualifying session left to go for round 3 of the eDTM. And of course we jump back on board with Ian in the Aston Martin, and how will the Aston Martin play today with regards to the race, because as we all know who play GT Sports, it's all about tyre wear and fuel. Too much weight is going to slow you down, not enough fuel at the end, you're not going to complete your race, not enough grip at the end. It's a very fine game. So it's as to where we want to compete. as we wait for the remaining cars to make their way around Lago. Ice Tiger currently position 2, but obviously that is according to the time in which you left the pits. And most drivers are now going to be putting their lap times in at Lago. Cars first set in a qualifying time of 1:57.328 and 2 minutes at 1:58. So D-Max currently running in second position. We've got the two Mercedes side by side as they continue to make their way through the qualifying session. The Alpha Tauri getting out the way, and now we have a pack of 3 Mercedes, assuming we're in grid 3 cars. Daiko with the 157. Lucky Racer with the 157.6, 4/10 of a second away from Lucky. And Mr. 111 with a 157. So already we're getting some close lap times. Obviously, let's hope that all drivers can have a pretty solid run, meaning they get a fair chance to set the best lap time down as they can. So Moomin currently taking the lead. We've got Follow Me in second position, so 2 Brits on the first grid and first on the second row of the grid provisionally, of course, is the legend Daiko. A 0.770 away from Moomin. And Ian currently in fourth position. TNT with a 158. Fastest lap, Follow Me with a 156. 144. Now first position and running a little bit too hot there into the first heavy braking section and a very tight corner here at Lago. So he's probably not going to be able to capitalize on that quick time of a 156, 144. This dude is constantly running incredible lap times down. Moving 3/10, Mr. 111, just over a second off Follow Me's 156. Daiko very close, so the two Germans are side by side on the second row of the grid. And we currently have the two Brits in grid 1 and in grid 3. We have Ian and Lucky. We know Ian's been running some pretty quick lap times down, so I think it's interesting. What a beautiful section that is, and how incredible that must feel in real life as well. But even on a simulator, you really get the sense of the roller coaster feel that this track provides. And being an in-car racer and driver, a massive fan of the inside of the BMW, which is very similar to the ACC version, a very flat. Not much else going on inside to take your eye away from the road. and Daiko now making his way across that start-finish line and putting himself in second position. But Kaz now from fourth position into third, only a 10th away from Follow Me's very quick lap time of a 1:56.144, currently in the pits. So I'm not sure what he uses, but I'm going to assume he's on a Fanatec rig today. Joining us from the UK, and Kaz not even a 10th of his second away from Follow Me. And Daiko in second position very quickly, but still taking a bronze podium pack as we close our way towards the halfway mark of the Season 1 Round 3 eDTM Series. Only 0.3 of a second away. Only 0.4 away and into the pits. It's Mr. TNT joining us from the US of A, and only 0.4 of a second away. Just only 19 laps. Is that laps or litres of fuel? Into the pits. Mercedes boys at work, very quick. Mercedes team there, they're most certainly getting their paycheck through at the end of that month. And out he goes to set another out lap with only 9.5 minutes left to go. Follow Me car still in grid 1, grid 2. We have Daiko and Deej. Deej taking 4th position. So what's happened there? We've now got Follow Me and Kaz, Ian in grid 1, grid 2, Daiko leading the front of grid 2 in 3rd position, and in 4th position we have the absolute legend, Daniel, joining us from Grimsby. And here we see him inside of his Porsche 911, and instantly you can tell size difference between the M6 and Porsche. So with 8 minutes 20 seconds left to go, Deej only a 1:58 away from the very fast Follow Me, still leading the fastest lap time of 1:56.144, and Daniel just losing the rear end of the Porsche there. Exciting moment for us all indeed. And Mr. 111, who is that behind Daniel? So if we have a quick look inside, completely different. Look how low the wheel is. So we've got Mr. 111, only a 162. My good God, are we going to be treating some incredible racing today? Moving only 105 away from P5. TNT at 0.4. And the BMW into the pits. And the BMW boys now at it and putting in some fuel as well. So only 5 litres laps, I'm going to assume it's litres, of fuel. So he's not going to be wanting to run out on track and lose out on precious time with only just under 7 minutes of qualifying left to go. Not exactly sure what happened there. most welcome, Daiko. It's certainly a pleasure, and Deej is most certainly showing his capabilities today, pushing himself on the second grid. Organisers reason not able to be back on track, but nevertheless we must continue as 1-1-1, currently in P5. Exactly what's going to happen here. We've got 5 minutes left to go, but I think we have some issues. Yeah, I'm going to be taking a screenshot anyway, my friend. I don't know whether you need one of the racers to do it, but I'll be going to take a photo of the qualifying. Give me a little bit of a reference for the in-race as well. Follow me, still in first position. Follow what's going on here. Well, the cameraman's showing us the crowd that have joined us today for the eDTM Season 1 Round 3. And what an absolute legend. Yeah, hello sir. So P5 first on the third row of the grid, just over a tenth away. I think we're going to be treated to an interesting race at Maggiore. That's what we can call it today. With just under 4 minutes left to go. Okie doke. Looks like we might have to do a little quick reset with the lobby after this one, but we'll see how we progress. Much movement as of yet, but Moomin joining us from the UK. 0.195. So we've got Moomin taking the fastest lap, knocking Follow Me off in P2, not even half of a tenth separates the British drivers in the first row here for round 3 of the eDTM season, and cars just over a tenth, 1.36 separating the top 3. As we have 2 minutes left to go. Daiko still in 4th position and also out on track. So that is what we call good news. I'm going to assume that's no need for a restart. And of course he is in the BMW M6 today. And I do know that Daiko has also done these logos himself. Apart from Deej, who has done that one himself. Spent a couple of hours slaving away making sure it was right, ready for round 3 of the eDTM series, and we are 90 seconds away from qualifying coming to an end. TMK putting Follow Me now second grid, meaning Moomin second on the first row of the grid, and a 1.77, very close to 0.2 of a second, separating place 1 and 2 from the American TNT, and what a bombshell that was, taking first position and putting the Lamborghini now in second position. Just under a minute left to go. We have Follow Me with a 0.2 deficit from P1, but not even half a tenth away from reclaiming P2. And as he steams his way past that start finish, can he claim P2 back? And it appears not. Moomin still able to hold on to P2 with only 16 seconds left to go. We've got Ian joining us from the UK in my favourite position, P4. Only 2.7 of a second away from the top 3 split here at the Season 1 Round 3 eDTM series. And Daiko now only 0.3 of a second away, but putting him in 5th position. And now Deej back up to 6, but look, only a 0.375 of a second separates this top 6 as we continue to... Oh, we've got a 2-minute warning. Or is that 2 minutes until we begin the finals of Season 1 Round 3? Means I need to get my keyboard ready to do its magic. So we're going to quickly take a photo of those standings. Ian with a 156.1 and Moomin with a 155.7, putting Moomin in P1, giving us another absolute bombshell. I thought all drivers were finished, but it looks as though Follow Me still on his lap. Can he retain any glory? Not quite. Not even 0.2 of a tenth away from Ian, as he is side by side with Ian from the UK as we get ready for the Season 1 Round 3 eDTM series. And my god, am I getting excited. And Moomin throwing an absolute bombshell in that beast of a Lamborghini. Yes, I'm glad we saw you back on track, Daiko. That is most certainly an anxiety gone. But Moomin putting himself, I mean, TNT 0.2 of a second away from Ian, and now Moomin 0.2 quicker than TNT. But let's see whether race pace comes into play. We've got tyre wear and fuel to consider as we now get ready for the green here for Season 1 Round 3 at Lago. And Deej in P6 joining us for the first time today. So we're going to quickly get rid of all this, and we're going to jump on board with P4 as all drivers are now a go. We're on board with Follow Me in the Porsche as the Lamborghini seems to take way. We've got Ian on the inside of the 2 GT3s, Follow Me on the inside line. Daiko taking the right in front of Follow Me. We've got Moomin in P1, followed by TNT. Quickly have a look at the leaderboard, see if we've got any change of positions. We've got a Mercedes running wide. Oh, we've had a 911 have an unfortunate incident as we continue into the very long sweeping section where the camber is favours. We've got the Aston Martin coming up to side by side with Ian as Dyko in the BMW. It's on the inside line of Ian. Is he able to hold it off? Can he get in front? Yes! Taking a position away from Ian in the Aston Martin, but we do have to remember this is a half-hour race, so we must consider the long haul. We have tyre wear, we have fuel, and the one who considers the longer race is most certainly going to be in for the favourable position as Dyko in P3. A 0.7 away from Moomin, who is now fighting his way. I wasn't even aware. So we've got a fight for P1. We've also had a little bit of a bump or a loose end at that very long downhill sweeping section, but nevertheless Dyko still in third position, putting pressure now on P2, making the most of lap 1. Okay, so we can't change position. Oh, we've gone off. We'll set a quick little marker there. Can we go 8 seconds back in time? No. We've got more contact. I know it's not on purpose, but nevertheless it is happening because our drivers are fighting it out. We've got Deej from the UK. He's lost a couple of positions with all of this madness. The Lamborghini's going sideways. He's just able to hold it. Follow me hard on the brakes in the Porsche 911. Oh, it is all kicking off. Moomin back in P1. TNT in the Mercedes, the number 67 man filter eDTM racing beast of a machine, making his way through a lovely right hand section of Lago. And Moomin still able to hold on to P1, P2 only 4/10 of a second behind. We've got Dyko up 1.2, very close. He's got a little bit of work left to do, but he has most certainly been sending that BMW M6. Unsure as to why I can change the people, but I cannot change the cameras, but never mind. So we've still got a hell of a race to go. We've got an incredible race here between the Lamborghini and the Mercedes of TNT. We're going to have to get rid of that rubbish on screen as we have an incredible three-way fight. And I'm going to have to put the camera back on to standard. We need a little bit better field of view because we have an incredible race here for the fight for P3. Follow me in P4 now. Taking a position away from Ian in the front-engined Aston Martin. And it appears as though the fight for P4 will follow me and Ian work together. They're both very quick dudes, but nevertheless it appears as though they are knocking on the door of the podium pack. And Ian pushing that car to the max. Can he get side by side with that Porsche? And we see another Porsche and another Porsche followed by Mercedes in the rear of the pack. Follow me. Has he got a better exit? Or has Cars got that inside line, and is he able to capitalise? P2. TNT, he's under an incredible amount of pressure, but Moomin, bless him, in the Lamborghini. I'm gonna have to change where my camera is. The Mercedes has gone for the inside line. Is he able to make it stick though? That is the question. He's got the run. He is side by side. Dyko taking advantage. Moomin now on the outside line. Just a little bit of a love tap between the M6 and the Lamborghini as they continue to hurtle their way around this very demanding but favourable track, and the fight for P4. Ian just able to hold on to that Aston Martin, very nearly going into the grass and losing his moment of glory for the Season 1 Round 3 here at Lago Maggiore. And I know that's probably wrong, but that is what we're calling it today, my folk arenas. And Follow Me still in first position, but Ian continuing to apply that pressure. Daiko as now putting pressure on Moomin, which means TNT, who's joining us from America. And if I remember rightly, now I was at a wedding for the last race, Season 1 Race 2 of the eDTM series, so I missed out on that race, but Season 1 Race 1 we did have a couple of cars put some incredible lap times down, but they suffered at the final lap because they ran out of fuel. So this is something else to consider as the rest of the race progresses here, as that Mercedes is clearly pushing its suspension and Pirelli softs to that limit. And I just know that Moomin in P2, as he went just a little bit too hot, you can see the car just having to regain grip before it actually has forward motion again. And if the Lamborghini, the number 53 Lamborghini, pushes it too much, and the M6 of Daiko is able to capitalize. God, we've got an incredible fight here for P1. It's not a fight for P2 or P3 or P4. We've got Daiko now going side by side with Follow Me. Follow Me's got that line. Is he able to stick? Daiko taking the switch back. Now they go side by side yet again. We're on board with Daiko in P3, but he is under fire from the P4 British artillery. We've got the Brits versus the Germans now, and Daiko fighting back, putting that magazine back in his clip and firing back and taking that position back. And now the two Brits fighting it out for position as the Porsche 911 is under pressure from the Aston Martin. And I think the Aston Martin is going to be one to watch here. It's going to be interesting to see how these cars favour with regards to tyre wear and fuel wear, but it looks as though the Aston Martin's gone on the inside line. I don't think that's going to pay off at this section of corners, but he's trying desperately. And Deej just taking that inside line on the Mercedes. There's a little bit of a love tap there, but he's given that position back gracefully. But this is motorsport, it happens all the time. We've seen it happen a few times before. He's taking that inside line yet again. No love taps this time, and that's a position taken away, but as the Mercedes got a better run. And in P6, and the Mercedes looks like he may be taking that position back, but not quite, as we jump back on board with P1 with a good distance from P2 and P3, under fire from P4 and P5. So yet again, Daiko holding fire off with the Brits as they hurtle their way down the roller coaster section even faster. You've got to be hard on the brakes here, throwing that car in. And who has the better exit, as it is a BMW losing the rear end of that M6, which means that Follow Me able to capitalize there, as he is now in P3 pushing P4 of Daiko, now in between Follow Me and Ian. And he is now in P5. As we jump on board with the times. That Aston Martin is most certainly pushing as fast as he can, making sure he keeps within slipstream range of the very fast lap times, and he keeps doing that. He's going to wear down his tyres, he's going to lose his slipstream, and 5 seconds away from the American bombshell that is TNT. got D-Max in P6. Lucky Racer, who I believe was a Lucky Racer who had the incident. No, it was Mr. 111 who had an unfortunate accident at the beginning. Absolutely awesome looking 911 Jägermeister, and we've got Koal Deej. They've gone in the pits, so that's an interesting one. See whether that comes into play. Let's jump back on board with the leading pack, and only a second, under a second, 8/10. He is catching back up to P1. That Lamborghini's had a hell of a run through that section of Lago Maggiore. But is he able to capitalise on position? That is the question as we jump on board with the fight for P3, and Follow Me working his way back through that pack. And his shots have paid off, and he is now hunting that Lamborghini, who he can see just ahead of him, only a breath away, separating P2 Glory, and into the pits they go, meaning TNT staying out on track. And we now have, I believe, 3 cars. Obviously we've seen Deej, so we're going to have to see where he comes out on track as the rest of the boys now come in. And we've got the Porsche boys doing what they do best, sticking that Pirelli rubber on. And he is also going in for that fuel front-engined Porsche 911. Doing what they do best. The rest of the Porsche boys looking on as the milliseconds count down. Has he put the right amount of fuel in? Has he put too little in? Has he put too much in? Has he put the right amount in? We've got Moomin in the stead. Look at this. We've got Follow Me, Moomin and Ian side by side. Daiko just coming out of the pits as they now make their way around the track, and the fight for P5. So clearly a few cars. Daiko not quite able to capitalise on his Pirelli soft. Still a little bit of heat left to put in, as a good fast lap will do that around the Lago Maggiore track here. And Ian back in familiar position, literally chasing Follow Me, and the Lamborghini has gone a little bit sideways, losing a little bit grip. But the Aston Martin, look at the speed of that thing. He needs to be able to capitalise on the pure grunt of the Aston Martin and find his way in front of the Porsche 911, slowing as many seconds or tenths of seconds as he can, as he chases down Moomin in P2. Could very well be P1. We'll have to wait and see as the rest of this race progresses. But quickly in P1 in the pits is TNT. So TNT is now going in the pits. It's going to be an interesting one to see where he comes out. P2. So he's now leaving the pits. And still in P1 with no one to be seen, although you can hear someone in the right side of my headphones. And it's the Porsche 66 Jägermeister joining us from Germany. He's continuing to make his way around, and it's always a pleasure to see the number 66 Porsche with the number 6 BMW M6 on a track with us today. And in P3, which I'm going to assume is P2, Moomin still holding off and doing an incredible fight here as he comes under heavy fire from Follow Me. And Daiko now running an incredible race, back in with a shot well within slipstream range. He's in for a shot that moves. He's going to go side by side. Ian's just got a little bit too wide. Is he able to take back that position? Was there contact, or was it just a case of that M6 sheer speed? And depending on what cam you use, they can be side by side, but you just don't know. Which is a shame. We all need a 3TV setup. Which is a question. I wonder whether GT7 will do 3TV setups. Probably not though. So we jump back on with the leaderboards. TNT and P1. We've got 111 in the pits now. Putting the running order back into where it should be, and Ian looks like he's lost a few car lengths, putting Dyko now in the hunt of Follow Me. Who is very close to P2. And the P2 gap is, got a 15-second gap between P1 and P2. But remember, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, as I reminded you earlier, for race 1 of the eDTM series, it looked like Follow Me has lost a little bit of grip, scrubbing a bit of speed off. Can Dyko's power plant of the M6 make anything happen here as we jump on board? He's gonna make that move. He's throwing it on the inside. Is there Follow Me taking that wide exit, making sure he can get the best run out he can? So he is still in with a good shot, firmly within slipstream. Is he able to make anything happen as they come up to this right-hander? Is he going to throw it into the right side? Probably not. Not really a place to make it happen. But nevertheless, Dyko currently taking that bronze position. And TNT is in the pits. He's gone for a 2-stop. Has he forgot to put fuel in? Oh no, 15-second gap. Moving, going side by side. Oh, TNT's work has all gone wrong. Bless him. Well, you can't deny the sheer outright pace, as he also battles with cold tyres and cars stung with a half-second penalty, now in pursuit of the bombshell TNT, as Follow Me is still waiting for that moment. So he got a 0.6-second penalty. He's going to want to do that while he's capitalising on slipstream advantage from the M6. Player number 6. Well, he's most certainly within shot, taking home silver, as he is literally a blink of the eye down the road. But I think that's going to be a penalty for the extremely quick British Porsche 911 driver, the number 78. Follow Me, and in 2. Oh, I do apologise, I've just realised. Oh, he's giving him the inside line to follow me! The M6 just losing out on traction, and that's the thing, you can't. If you're in with a fight, don't bottle it, don't get under pressure, because as soon as that car slides, you've given him that instinct, and we are all animals when we are racing this game. Our heads are down, our eyes are up, and if we see a space, we are taking it. But unfortunately, he's got side by side. The Lamborghini's on the outside, we've got the M6 and Daiko now fighting it out with Moomin for the fight for P1. We've got bronze, we've got silver, we've got gold, all battling it out with only 8 minutes, just over 8 minutes left to go. This is the section where you want to be watching out for the roller coaster section. Hard on the brakes, an incredible amount of camber. The G-forces will be incredible in real world physics. And now follow me, tapping on the back end of the Lamborghini, who's now chasing Daiko down in the incredible fast M6, number 6 M6. What a legend. Constantly flashing, which is the thing I've noticed as well when I watch my videos back. Every time I turn, it seems to flash. I don't know whether you're turning a little bit too hard or whether it's something. That's nothing against Daiko, by the way. That's just my driving. But it's a strange thing, that flash. I see it happen quite a lot, and there it is again. Look, he's most certainly not doing it. But nevertheless, he is in P1, and Follow Me is now taking position away from that Lamborghini. So like I said at the beginning, round about 30 to 35 minutes ago, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for the Season 1 Round 3 epic event at La Maggiore. Tyre wear and traction is something we need to consider as racing drivers, and Follow Me stung with a 1.5 second penalty, and he is also without slipstream range of P1 of Daiko, meaning he is under extreme amounts of pressure now, as Moomin will most certainly be clawing that free time back, and we'll see when he begins to do that. But TNT, the bombshell, the number 67 Mercedes in P4, my favourite position, as he now traverses his way through the roller coaster section. And what a beautiful line that was. A little bit more exit speed could have been taken, but nevertheless still an incredible race and drive here from the American TNT. And of course in P5 we have Ian joining us from America in the legendary Aston Martin, and in P6 D-Max Racing joining us from New Zealand, I believe. Feel free to correct me. And the absolute legend, who has lost out to a position on D-Max Racing, so them two have been probably having a cracking fight with each other. Deej putting some pretty incredible lap times down first on track today with the eDTM boys, and again it's an absolute pleasure to have him on track and to be able to commentate for the local legend Daniel. And we move on to the Lucky Racer 1. It's always a pleasure to see this legend choosing a Porsche 911. Seems to be quite a popular choice in the Gran Turismo series, and in P9 we have 111. So beginning to suffer with tyre wear as the rest of the drivers there. And in the Alpha Tauri Mercedes, the Ice Tiger. But nevertheless, we must jump back on board with the fight for P1, 2 and 3, as we have 4.5 minutes left to go. P4 is 4 seconds away from taking that bronze, and Ian is another 4 seconds in pursuit of Mr. TNT. So we jump back on board with the fight for P2 now, as Daiko is beginning to increase that gap. His strategy is paying off with just over 4 minutes, and we just hit that 4-minute mark. And follow me, hold on, which means he's still got 1.5 minutes left to go of time to give back. And now the side-by-side, he's still got a 1:30 penalty left to go. He's going to need to get in front of Moomin to be able to hold him off for the hopes of taking P2 at the end of the season 1 round 3 for the eDTM series. Quickly grab the controller back and let's see if we can cannot. Okay. I can change and sometimes I can, but nevertheless we must continue the show. As we still continue the fight for P2 as Daiko. What's going on? So let's see if the number 6 German driver can hold off on this gap that he's created, or whether the British driver, the absolute bombshell, follow me, sponsoring Fanatec. I'm going to assume he's driving a CS Elite. Maybe he's on a direct drive wheel, I'm not sure. We're going to have to find out. And it's sponsoring Bose as well. Good man. He is pushing that Bosch 911 to its absolute limits. And I can see that Moomin has actually lost some space between Follow Me. And I do still believe that Follow Me has a little bit of time on his penalty left to catch up. A gap of 4 seconds, so we jump back on board with TNT, who is very close to a bronze podium finish here for round 3 of the eDTM series, and couldn't quite see Cars. Oh no, Cars losing out to D-Max Racing, currently in P5. Driver now hunts down the Mercedes, and we are Daiko taking a P1 for round 3, followed by Follow Me, Moomin in P3, not able to capitalise on the... He's run out of fuel! Come on, get over the line! Oh, Ian in the Aston Martin. The engine of the Aston Martin ticking over, nudging it forward to cross that line, putting the poor man in P7. Why have we got 1 minute 20 seconds left to go? But Moomin in P3, follow me in P2, even with his penalty. Moomin in P3 taking bronze, TNT 6 seconds behind a podium finish, and D-Max Racing taking home a P5, which I'm not sure he was expecting in this race, followed by Lucky Racer 1, Ian in P7. I can't believe what I've just seen. That man inside that car. Bless his little soul. And we have a Deej, followed by 111. Remaining drivers taking up the rest of the positions, and Daiko up for positions, taking glory, and congratulations to you, good sirs. So, if I'm not mistaken, I do believe we have another race. As we just... Absolutely. I think the other boys are racing at the same time, if I am correct, so it'll be interesting to see how they got on. Okie dokie. So that was the only race for today. I thank you everyone that's tuned in, everyone that's smashed that like button. I do most certainly appreciate it. It does help me grow, it does help the algorithms. As boring as it is for all the YouTubers to say that, we do have to. But nevertheless, it's been an incredible race. It's been an interesting one. We've had some ups, we've had some downs, we've had some incidents at the beginning of the race, and we've had an Aston Martin run out of fuel for the end. So I'm going to be back for Season 1, Round 4 of the eDTM series, and a big shout out to Daiko for hosting all of this. What up, Dan? Last lap Lando. Oh dear me. I can't believe he ran out of fuel, bless him. I think he's taking it out. I think he's getting his anger out right now on track. But yeah, thank you to everyone who's joined in. We're going to be here for round 4. And some more action. And we're going to be streaming the TMKup Season 2 test tomorrow, and then we're going to be doing some Drift X open lobby in the TMK444 lobby. But thank you to everyone that's been joining in. Hello to everyone in chat. And until next time, Focarinos, we'll see you soon. Ciao, ciao.